You're welcome to Ballinamore here for the second semi-final of this year's Leitrim Intermediate Football Championship between Drumkeeran and Leitrim Gaels. One game over already, with Auckland qualifying for the final in 2 weeks' time, following a victory over Carrigalan on a scoreline of 116 to 10 points. A beautiful day here with a massive crowd as we wait the second semi-final, and just run through the teams. Drumkeeran start off with Kevin Ford in goals, full back line of Thomas Rogan, Phelan McHugh and Glenn Kavanagh, half back line of Dara Flynn, Jason Byrne and Luke Fee, midfield Declan Daly and Colin Clark, Seamus McNamara, James Gallagher, Corrie and Eddie McTiernan in the half forward line, Jamie Langan, Colin McCauley and Jerome Maguire in the full forward line. Leitrim Gaels line out with Brendan Flynn in goals, Paddy Flynn, James Flynn and Paul Guckin in the full back line, Brian McElgunn, Brian Tracy and Sean Chandler in the half-backs, Conor Guckin and Aaron McLaughlin in midfield, David Brown, Colin Morton and Aidan Flynn in the half-forwards, and Liam Morton, Enda Morton and Ewan Tracy in the full forward line. Ray McBrien of Ahavas is the referee. I'm delighted to be joined here by Joe Walpole. Joe, an example of what the GA is all about. One could find him taking money at the gate 30 minutes later. You could find him acting as umpire, and of course here he is today acting as analyst. Joe, big game for both clubs here today. I suppose you could call it a grudge game. The same two teams met in the quarter final last year. Just a kick of a ball between them after a replay. So big game for both teams.
Definitely so, Seamus. A big game for both teams, and it's all up for grabs here today. Whoever wants it most will definitely win this game. Hand you back to Seamus.
So our first attack of the game, there's about 20 seconds gone, and it's a wide to Drumkeeran. As I said, an absolutely beautiful day here in Ballinamore, perfect conditions. Auckland await the winners of this game, 2 weeks' time. So just down below us here, it's Sean Chandler won the free, and taken by Colin Morton, but it's gone out over the line, and it's a line ball for Drumkeeran. Seamus McNamara, Phelan McHugh down here in front of us along the stand. Big crowd here today for both games. James Gallagher from Corrie, good ball into Jamie Langan. First attempt at a score, looks good, and it's over the bar, the first score. Always good to get the first score as Jamie Langan puts the ball over the bar. Joe, very good point there for Drumkeeran and Jamie Langan.
Great score, great ball in from James Gallagher, found Jamie Langan and Jamie Turndon over the bar. Great point, great start for Drumkeeran after, a minute gone.
So David Brown up to Sean Chandler. These two teams very evenly matched last year. Drumkeeran finally getting through after a replay. And it's the equaliser, and Drumkeeran's lead didn't last long. Sean Chandler there with the score, so a point each, and a good response there from Leitrim Gaels.
Good response there. He had a lot of freedom up that wing, and he took a great point. James Gallagher is on the ball here again now.
Ray McBrien, one of the top referees in, indeed, not alone Leitrim, but Connacht, from the Ahavas club. Earlier today, Barnacoola survived their senior championship status by beating Anaduff, and Estlin beat Glenfarncilty in the intermediate relegation. Dara Flynn from a very acute angle, but first wide of the game, recorded to Drumkeeran. Joe, of course, the winners of this will play Auckland. Very impressive in the first game.
Very impressive, very well balanced all-round team, and they're definitely going to be somebody hard beaten in the final, but let's hope it's us that's going to meet them.
So, free to Leitrim Gaels from the centre of the field. And the Morton to Ewan Tracy. Good move here from Leitrim Gaels. And it looks good, and it's over the bar, and it's the lead. It's Aidan Flynn with a point, so for the first time in the game, Leitrim Gaels go ahead, Aidan Flynn, a good move there involving 3 players. And they're a bit of off the ball here, but with a player from each side. But no referee or umpire's linesman doesn't pick it up. So the lead for Leitrim Gaels, a good point there, Joe, from Aidan Flynn.
Good point, as I said. Leitrim Gaels very dangerous when they go forward, and we'll just have to get tighter in there on the back line.
Leitrim Gaels with a very good win over probably one of the favourites for the intermediate championship before it started, Fina St. Callans. They won at 2-9 to 9 points. So Leitrim Gaels take the free, and it comes to Sean Chandler again. Has been on the ball a lot in the early stages. Not a good ball in. It's collected by Dara Flynn. Colin Clark on the ball now to Jerome Maguire. Jerome named as corner forward, but playing very deep. Colin Clark again has help from Declan Daly, his midfield partner. A high ball into the left corner forward position. Cathal McCauley wins it. Cathal still on the ball. A couple of Leitrim players giving them pretty close attention there. Glenn Kavanagh. Colin Clark again. Call him out to Dara Flynn. Dara Flynn cut through the defence, but it's gathered by the Leitrim Gaels full back, it looks like, and good defender there from Leitrim Gaels. Paul Gucking gets it out. Aaron McLaughlin gets it out to Colin Morton. High ball in, dangerous ball in round the square. And the referee, Ray McBrien, sees the foul on the Drumkeeran player, gives the free out. It's taken quickly. Tommy Rogan to Declan Daly, back to Tommy Rogan. Dara Flynn has been on the ball a lot in the early stages as well. Jerome Maguire wins the free, no problem, says Ray McBrien, and he takes it himself. James Gallagher going for it. James wins it well. A chance of a score here. And yes, it's a fabulous score. It's James Gallagher. He won the ball well, and from an acute angle, the level and score 2 points each. Good point from James Gallagher.
Great point from James Gallagher. Under pressure, he took the ball on his chest, turned, and from an acute angle, a huge point.
So Leitrim Gaels back, winning possession in the centre of the field. Wins the free. High ball in. Seem to be playing this game, high ball in round the square, and it's Leitrim Gaels on the attack, but a great block there by Tommy Rogan. Enda Morton had the effort, but Ray McBrien says he overcarried the ball and he gives a free in, so a handy enough free for Leitrim Gaels. And this should give them the lead with just 6.5 minutes gone in the game. Great crowd here and a lovely setting here in Ballinamore. The Shauna Heshlins club themselves exited the senior championship yesterday evening at the hands of Glencar Manor. So a chance for Leitrim Gaels to go ahead. And it's just about gone over, but it's a point. It's Ewan Tracy. So the lead again for the second time for Leitrim Gaels. So every other score more or less, Joe, is touch and go between both teams at the minute.
Touch and go, but I thought Tommy Rogan was harshly unpenalised there. I couldn't see how he overcarried the ball. Soft enough free in my mind.
Leitrim Gaels win it again, and it comes to Tracy again. Tracy involved a lot. Aidan Flynn with the ball. Liam Morton. And this time Ray McBrien claims that the Leitrim Gaels player overcarried, and it's a free out for Drumkeeran. It's taken, comes to Colin Clark. Colin, a ball out to James Gallagher to the right wing. Still around the centre of the field. Comes to Glenn Kavanagh. I'm sure the Auckland backroom team are here watching on. So Leitrim Gaels player foul there. It's number 6 for Leitrim Gaels, Brian Tracy. Brian Tracy comes to Colin Morton. Sean Chandler. Colin Morton again. Aidan Flynn out on the right wing here. Is he going to go for his own score? He still holds possession. Falls to the ground and gives away possession. Good hassling there by Dara Flynn. And it comes to eventually comes to James Gallagher from Eddie McTiernan. James down in front of the stand here where we're situated. Jamie. An attempt there by Jamie Langan, but it falls short, and it's well gathered by Brendan Flynn in the Leitrim goals. So here comes Leitrim Gaels again. Probably had the more of the play so far, and the lead 3 points to 2. Liam Morton, number 25 on his back, and it comes to Colm. Colm a high ball in round the goals. That's the third or fourth time this has happened, but this time it's gathered by Jason Byrne. Jason gathers possession again. James Gallagher, Jerome Maguire. Jerome Maguire out to the wing to Cathal Macaulay. Cathal hops at once, trying to get into a good position. And looks like a foul by Colm Morton. He says no, it wasn't. But Ray McBride says yes, it is. And it's a free in for Drumkeeran and a chance to level things again. 3 points Leitrim Gaels, 2 for Drumkeeran. Cathal Macaulay is being attended to.
If you had a word with the ref, you could ensure that.
Cathal seems to be okay. He won't be taking the free himself. He's leaving it to Eddie McTiernan. Almost in front of the goals. Ideal spot for a right-footed kicker. And I don't want to put the curse on Eddie here, but he should put this over the bar for the leveller. 10 and a half minutes gone. So these two teams very evenly matched so far. Still waiting on Eddie. Here he comes. And I did put the curse on him. Should have been over the bar. It was an easy enough free, but he's kicked it to the right of the post and wide, Joe. That could be vital in the end if this comes down to a 1 point game, but a poor attempt there by Eddie.
Very poor attempt by Eddie. So one man you'd really put your money on to put it over in front of the goals. Ball is out here now. Here's Seamus again.
So the kick out from Leitrim Gaels, but it ends up line ball for Drumkeeran just inside the Leitrim Gaels half. Colin Clark takes it. He's looking for Cathal Macaulay. Cathal doesn't hold on to it, and it comes to the number 10, who is David Brune. David Brune for Leitrim Gaels has run a long way with the ball, hasn't been tackled, and gets the ball out to the wing, aimed at Conor Gucking. And so good tackling there by Failey McHugh. Failey takes it to Declan Daly. Declan Daly to Jason Byrne. Jerome Maguire. Absolutely ideal day for football here. No excuse from either team. Colin Clark. Colin plays it to his opposite number 7, Chandler, and he should have gathered it but didn't, and loses it back to Drumkeeran. Comes to Declan Daly. Pass from James Gallagher. And Declan Daly gives it away. Aaron McLaughlin's ball, and Jason looked to foul his opposite number, and he did, according to Ray McBride. So free for Leitrim Gaels. Still leading by that point. Another high ball in round the goals. It looks like to be definitely their tactic today, but it hasn't worked so far. And Failey McHugh comes out with the ball. Leitrim player, Gaels player on the ground. Referee says play on. So Ray McBride blows it up. So I think he's just given attention to the Leitrim Gaels player who is on the ground in front of the Drumkeeran goals. Chance for some of the players to get water. An absolutely lovely day here. So 3 points to 2 in favour of Leitrim Gaels. Aucknasheelan with a 116 to 10 points win in the previous game against Carrigallen. Aucknasheelan, most people's favourites, probably along with Fina and Drumkeeran at the beginning of the year. So it may end up at an Aucknasheelan Drumkeeran final as yet. So Drumkeeran back on the attack. Glenn Kavanagh goes forward. Had a very good game against Clune. James Gallagher heavily involved today so far. Got the winner against Clune, in fact. And now will he get the leveller for Drumkeeran? It looks, no, it's gone to the left and wide. Another wide for Drumkeeran. 3 wides to Drumkeeran. Joe, none for Leitrim Gaels. A little bit disappointing.
Yeah, the wide tally is beginning to add up. But look, that we need to be getting a score soon again to get level here. The ball is out again in the middle of the field.
So high ball out, and it's gathered by Chandler again, getting a lot of possession, number 7. And he's taken down by Colin Clark. Ray McBride explaining to Colin that he took him down round the neck. I'm sure Colin needs no explanation. He knows he took him down round the neck, and he's going to get...
So which fella is it?
Should be nothing more than a yellow card.
No, 17 is good feed.
No, he's wearing 19. So it's not 14 is not playing, it's 19.
Yes.
So free for Leitrim Gaels. Colin Clark did get a yellow card there, as said, and it's Aaron McLaughlin on the ball.
No, he's Corey. Yeah.
Colin Morton down in front of us here. Comes back to Aaron McLaughlin. Aaron McLaughlin to Aidan Flynn. Aidan Flynn is fouled by Jason Byrne. Is Ray going to have a word with Jason? Remember, we have got 1 card just already about 2 minutes ago at max. Looks like we'll have another player going in the book. Another yellow. That's 2 yellows in as many minutes. Jason Byrne and Colin Clark. So a free in for Leitrim Gaels. A chance to extend their lead, double their lead. Remember, it's 3 points to 2. Almost 16 minutes gone, just over halfway in the first half. Ewan Tracy, a high ball, it looks good, yeah, and it is good, and it's another score for Leitrim Gaels, 4 points to 2, and really, Joe, at this stage, they probably deserve a 2-point lead.
Oh, definitely so. The best team by far so far, but one worrying aspect we'd have it is we've got 2 black cards, and we'd need to be careful. And they're coming again, Leitrim Gaels, number 12.
So another effort from Leitrim Gaels, but this time to kick the ball wide as their first wide of the game for Leitrim Gaels. So it's Kevy Ford placing the ball for the kick out. Out to the centre of the field. Declan Daly goes up for it, but he's beaten to it by Brian McElgowan. A good catch, but they lose the ball and it comes back to Drumkeeran. Declan Daly has it. Declan Daly to Jason Byrne. Jason probably looking for his free, gets the free and takes the free. Seamus McNamara in the right half forward position. Back to Jason Byrne. Jamie Langan, ideal for the left footer. It's high enough, but not as accurate as he hoped, and it's fallen there. A chance for Drumkeeran, but a lot of players round the ball there. Ray McBride blows the whistle and gives a free out to Leitrim Gaels. Leitrim Gaels 4, Drumkeeran 2. So Leitrim Gaels come again. Remember that a very good win over Fina St. Callans in the semi-final. 6-point victory there. Ewan and Tracy on the ball. Comes to Enda Morton. Back to Tracy. Couple of very dangerous forwards here on the Leitrim Gaels side. This looks to be going wide again. It's wide. Leitrim Gaels player thought he kept it in. Number 8, Conor Guckin, but the umpire disagrees. So a second wide for Leitrim Gaels. 3 wides for Drumkeeran, 2 for Leitrim Gaels. Kevy Ford with the kick out. Finds his man out on the Far side of the field, Jerome Maguire. No Leitrim Gaels to be seen. Glenn Kavanagh out to Luke Fee. Luke Fee does well, just hold on and keep possession, gets it to Glenn Kavanagh. Glenn still in possession. Comes to Jamie Langan. And Jamie's attempt at the left foot didn't get too far. It's gathered up by the Leitrim Gaels defence, and here they come again. Paddy Flynn gets it to Paul Gucking. Eventually it comes to Liam Martin. Not named in the original team by the programme, but he started the game, and comes to Colm. Oh, referee, I think, gives a free there. It looked to be a line ball. A couple of players getting to know each other, but everything is fine. Andy Egan, linesman from the Fina club. Looks like James McCaffrey on the far side. And at number 11 gets it through. That's Colm Morton, and it's a breakaway for Leitrim Gaels, but this time they kick it wide for the third time, so the wide count is even at this stage. It's three apiece, but Drumkeeran fell asleep for a minute there, Joe. Could have been worse.
Very, very lucky there. Definitely was a point on, but a very bad miss by Leitrim Gaels. I think Luke Fee lost his man for a moment, and this goes to show you how dangerous they can be, Leitrim Gaels.
So 19 and almost 20 minutes gone. Seamus McNamara possession from the kick out. Has nobody really looking for it. Comes now to Colm Clark. Colm's shot is blocked, but he gathers it again. Comes to Eddie McTiernan. Eddie is going to have his own shot for goal. I thought it looked good, but it's another wide for Drumkeeran. So 4-3 in favour of Drumkeeran as far as wides is concerned. 20 and a half minutes gone. It's a game that Joe hasn't really opened up yet.
No, a very dead game. No life in it, and it's definitely the weather. It couldn't not be better, and there's little no breeze.
High ball in from Liam Morton. Tommy Rogan goes to gather and does, as reliable as ever. Phelan McHugh. Cahill McCauley, Jerome Maguire. Back to Cahill. Back to Jerome Maguire. Jerome's going to go for his own score and kicks it wide. Another wide for Drumkeeran. Very disappointing on the wides. 5 wides and some that should have been over the bar, Joe.
Some very, very bad wides. And as I said earlier, we definitely need a score soon to get the confidence back up. I think we're beginning to panic a bit there. Jerome took a shot there, and it never looked like going over the bar.
So a kick out from Brendan Flynn comes to Declan Daly. Game really not much pace to it at the minute. Jason Byrne cutting through the defence, or midfield I should say, so he wins the free. Declan Daly, and a great free from Declan Daly to James Gallagher. Simple football. Daly spotted James Gallagher on his own. Good free and a good point for James Gallagher.
As I said, Seamus, simple football. Great ball in from Declan, and picked the right man, James Gallagher, and James made no mistake. A great point, James.
So 1 point between the teams. It's Leitrim Gaels 4 points, Drumkeeran 3 points. And will it be a repeat of last year's quarter-final where both teams ended up level? Could all happen today, but at the moment nothing between them. Colm Clark with the line ball to Glenn Kavanagh. Glenn Kavanagh to James Gallagher. James Gallagher cutting through the defence. Comes to Jamie Langan. Jamie Langan with another effort, and this time another wide for Drumkeeran. He's given a free in, so disregard that wide that I mentioned. Free in for Drumkeeran. And whatever about the curse I put on Eddie earlier, this one should be over the bar. It's an even more suitable for a right-footed player. Eddie is standing, waiting for the ball. An absolutely gorgeous day. Remember, this is finals day for the ladies in Croke Park. Fermanagh drew in their game. Dublin at the winning by a goal against Mayo. Yeah, Eddie McTiernan there with the equalising point for Drumkeeran. So 2 good points there in as many minutes Joe are back in the game. Another chance here, a poor kick out from Brendan Flynn. Comes to Seamus McNamara. Cathal Macaulay definitely will have a shot from here. Looks good, and Brendan Flynn acknowledges that it all was down to his poor kick out, which it was. And suddenly 3 points for Drumkeeran. Puts them into the lead. 5 points to 4. Good point there.
Great point, Seamus. That's it. We've got the last 3 points, and I think we're going well now, and we seem to be winning a lot of the ball around the middle of the field now. And let's hope we can continue. But I just have to say, James Gallagher for the second last point there, he done great work, great run through the middle. He got laid off the ball, but he was fouled and give him a free. And Seamus McNamara is here on the ball now.
So Leitrim Gaels come again. It's Brian McElgunn. Brian McElgunn into Aaron McLaughlin. Not much help for him, and he's bottled up as he takes the shot. So probably no need for a foul there. That man had very little support of our Leitrim Gaels, but he won the free, and a good chance here for the teams to end up level again. They've been level 3 times already. So Ewan Tracy, not for the first time, kicks the ball over the bar. Leitrim Gaels 5 points, Drumkeeran 5 points. Kick out by Kevy Ford. Kevy over to the far wing. He's looking for James Gallagher, and looks like James Gallagher will win it, which he does. To Jason Byrne. Jason beats his man, beats another. Dara Flynn, Seamus McNamara back to Dara Flynn. Good football here from Drumkeeran, and a good ball in for Jamie Langan, and it's the goal for Jamie Langan. That could be a huge score. He beat Paddy Flynn to the ball there, and from a fairly acute angle got the ball in, a left-footed shot along the ground. Great goal for Jamie, and a great goal for Drumkeeran. A big score, Joe.
A huge score, Seamus, and a great move up the field, definitely. And Jamie Langan took it magnificently, hit it low along the ground, giving Flynn no chance in the goals. Great goal.
So now it's up to Leitrim Gaels to respond to that, but for the last few minutes Drumkeeran have been on top. They've outscored Leitrim Gaels 1-3 to a point in the last 7 or 8 minutes. James Gallagher very influential today. Glenn Kavanagh on the ball now, pass from Gallagher. Luke Fee, Jerome Maguire. Jerome maybe a little bit lucky, got away with there, but still on the ball, but a poor ball from Kavanagh straight to the Leitrim Gaels defender. Conor Guckin gets it out to Enda Morton. Enda Morton. It's well covered there. It's looked a dangerous ball, but Tommy Rogan gathers. Jerome Maguire to Jason Byrne on the ball. Looks around for help. He gets it in the form of Declan Daly. Declan still on the ball. Drumkeeran playing well now, but give it away very cheaply. Should be able to hold possession better than that. Maybe that looked like a free, and Ray McBrien agrees. It's Luke Fee that give away the free there, and he's going to give it, I think, from where the ball landed. Andy Egan, linesman, has gone in just to pinpoint the spot. 28 minutes gone, 2 minutes left, so we'll soon see what injury time, which shouldn't be much. Colin Martin is up. He's okay. So it's Ewan Tracy again with the free, an awkward one for a right-footed kicker, but he's a confident player. Here he comes. It's not going over, and it's well held by Declan Daly, and it's all full back line, and he wins the free out. Remember, it's 1-5 to Drumkeeran, 5 points to Leitrim Gaels. James Gallagher on the ball. Out to Seamus McNamara. James Gallagher again. Fairley McHugh. Luke Fee. Luke Fee, a long ball in. Nobody in there on the right corner forward position. Jamie Langan looks back to him and says, how was that an 8-off? But it's another wide for Drumkeeran. 6 wides to Drumkeeran, 3 for Leitrim Gaels. Quick kick out taken by Brendan Flynn. Comes to Sean Chandler Natas. Influential he was in the first 10 minutes of the game. James Flynn on the ball. Back to Chandler. Back to Brian Tracy. Good tackling there by Jason Byrne. Leitrim Gaels still in possession. I'm sure they'd like to get a score, a point at least before half time. Sean Chandler on the ball again. Being tackled by Eddie McTiernan, but brushes off the tackle. David Bruin sends it out to his teammate out on the other side of the field from where we're based here in the press box. Paul Guckin on the ball. A lot of possession for Leitrim Gaels, but really gaining no ground. Brian McElgunn. Good. Aaron McLaughlin. So a good defender by Drumkeeran is giving them no chance, not even an attempt at a score. Sean Chandler into the right corner forward position to Liam Morton. Liam Morton makes a mess of it. And it's gathered by Fairley McHugh. He's fouled by Colin Morton. 1 minute of injury time has been up, but the free is taken and it's given away to Leitrim Gaels. A poor free for Drumkeeran and a chance here for Leitrim Gaels maybe to get a late score. It's Eddie McTiernan who committed the foul. Ray McBrien is going to have to word with him, and it looks like this could be a third yellow card for Drumkeeran. Jason Byrne, Colin Clark already. Ray McBrien is explaining to Eddie, and yes, it's a yellow card. So 30 and a half minutes gone, just 31 minutes gone. The time is almost up, but I'm sure Ray McBrien will allow this free to be taken. It's Union.
1-5 to 5.
Yeah. No, someone seemed to think that our Leitrim Gaels were 6. No. The free here, that's all right, yeah. So it's Brendan Flynn has come up all the way.
The other time is up anyway.
So this should be the last kick if it goes dead in the first half. County keeper Brendan Flynn attempt to bring the deficit back to 2 points. Remember, it's Drumkeeran a goal ahead. That goal by Jamie Langan. Here comes Flynn. It's not going over the bar anyhow. And it's fallen again for Drumkeeran. The referee blows the half-time whistle. Ray McBrien calls for the ball. Gone in there to sort out any differences between a couple of players, but as the teams leave the field, a good second quarter by Drumkeeran. The lead 1-5 to 5. Joe, even though they've kicked 6 wides as against 3 for Drumkeeran, they're in the lead by a goal, and they're in a good place at the moment.
Well said, Seamus, in a good place at the moment, and look, they played some great football there in the second quarter, you know, and they had if they run at Leitrim Gaels, there's no doubt about it, they have to beaten at them. That was a great goal for Jamie Langan. That's it. So it's all to play for in the second half.
Yeah, 1-5 to 5 points in favour of Drumkeeran. Just here along with us is PJ Leddy from Ocean FM and Leitrim Observer. We just have a word with you, PJ, at half time. What's your thoughts on the first half?
Yeah, obviously Drumkeeran have come back well into it. A very well taken goal by Jamie Langan, and it certainly was at this stage of the game a game changer, one would have to say. For a little while Drumkeeran struggled with the Leitrim Gaels game, but I think they are coping much better now, and a number of players are playing very well. James Gallagher, Jamie Langan and generally Colin Clark. All the Drumkeeran players have stepped up their game, particularly in the closing stages of the second half, or the first half I should say. So the omens are good for the second half for Drumkeeran.
So there you are. Thank you to PJ for his thoughts there. And Drumkeeran gone in at half time, leading on a scoreline of 1-5 to 5 points. Back with you for the second half. Okay, we're back, ready to start the second half here. One change on the Drumkeeran team. Aidan Dolan replaces Luke Fee at half time. No changes on the Leitrim Gaels team. And Ray McBrien from Mahavas throws it in, and straight away it's Conor Gucking for Leitrim Gaels on the attack. Remember, his side is losing by 3 points, 1-5 to 5 points. He has a shot in, but it's a poor attempt, safely gathered by Kevy Ford. Really, there was no substance to that attempt at all, and it's Tommy Rogan comes out with the ball. Colin Clark back to Aidan Dolan. First touch of the ball for Aidan. Seamus McNamara, or Tommy Rogan making a good run there, and he gets the ball, spotted by Aidan Dolan, comes to James Gallagher. Aidan Dolan again, a great move for Drumkeeran here, and it's a good score, and it's Aidan Dolan, a good substitution, you'd have to say, for Drumkeeran. Aidan Dolan with the point, and within about a minute and a half, Drumkeeran increased their lead. A great move there and a great score by Aidan.
Great score by Aidan, involved it from way down the back. Great to see him on there. And it's out in the middle of the field now, and Dara Flynn has it.
So Drumkeeran extend their lead. And they have a free, so Dara Flynn takes it to Glenn Kavanagh. Glenn Kavanagh beats his man. Good ball to James Gallagher. Jerome Maguire. Colin Clark cutting through the middle. Chance of another score here. Left footed. And it's dropped over. Yes, it's punched over the bar by Brendan Flynn. Got a punch to it the first time, but on the second occasion it went over the bar. Credited to Colin Clark. And another point for Drumkeeran, and suddenly they find themselves 1-7 to 5 points ahead. Another good score by Colin and Drumkeeran there, Joe.
Another great score. Just for a moment I thought he didn't have the height on it, but it went over, which was great.
So Leitrim Gaels, Colin Gucking just keeps that ball in there for Drumkeeran. It's number 5, Brian Michael Gunn on the ball. Leitrim Gaels need a score at this stage. David Brune out to the right hand side, and comes to Brian Tracy. Tackled by Jason Byrne and beaten by Jason Byrne. And Jason Byrne wins the line ball. Good play from Byrne there. Chance for Drumkeeran to attack Leitrim Gaels again, and they're playing very well now in the early stages of the second half. Dara Flynn from Aidan Dolan, James Gallagher, so completely on top at the moment. Into Jamie Langan from Eddie McTiernan. Jamie left-footed, so he'll have to get it back on the left foot. He does. It looks good, and it's over the bar. And another point from Jamie Langan. So 3 points in a row for Drumkeeran, and suddenly Leitrim Gaels are in trouble, and they're making a change here. Number 20 is coming in. He's Mick McQueenie. I haven't seen who's gone off yet. There's a man coming over here towards James McCaffrey. Centre half back Brian Tracy. First change for Leitrim Gaels. Joe, a great point there by Jamie Langan.
A super point from Jamie Langan, no doubt about it. From way out an impossible angle, Jamie had the twist and turn, got on the left, and where they're going, he's straight over the bar.
So 3 points in as many minutes, all from play for Drumkeeran. And if they were told going out to get out and get a good start to the second half, well, they certainly have done that. Much the better team at the moment. Leitrim Gaels need a score at this stage, and it's they have possession at the moment. It's Aidan Flynn down the right hand side. Comes to Sean Chandler. High ball in round the goals. They're looking for a goal at this stage. It's Liam Morton and Fayley McHugh. Kevy Ford gets involved there, and it's not going to be a goal at this stage anyhow, and it's a free out. Ray McBrien, Kevy Ford is on the ground. So just a high ball in, but it didn't work out. Very little support there for Liam Morton when it did come in. And Kevy Ford is down injured, probably just resting himself. I don't think he'd be going off or anything like that. So Joe, a great start to the second half, 6 points ahead, and you can only see one winner at this stage, even though there's 25 minutes left.
That's right, Seamus, but look, there's still a long time to go, and a goal could make a huge difference in this game yet. We're lucky enough there now. A high ball came in. We're Feely was under pressure for a minute, but Kevy is up and rearing to go again.
So Glenn Kavanagh. And Glenn Kavanagh fisted the ball. He took the free. He didn't kick it. He fisted the ball to Kevy. Kevy fisted it back to him, or kicked it back to him. And they've lost the free. It's going to be a throw in. And if anything comes of this will be a terrible mistake. I don't know what Glenn Kavanagh was thinking about. Was it? I thought he punched it. One way or the other, Leitrim Gaels win it is Conor Guckin, but it looked like a free there by Aidan Dolan, but he got away with it. And Drumkeeran clear the lines again. It's Jason Byrne. Jason loses it, but gets it back. A heavy tackle there on the Drumkeeran player by Aidan Flynn, but Glenn Kavanagh, great ball out to Colin Clark. Well seen there by Glenn Kavanagh, and this time Mr. Drumkeeran plays the high ball in, but it's well gathered by the Leitrim Gaels defence, and here they come again. Definitely need a score at this stage. It's Conor Guckin out to Ewan Tracy. Good free taker, and this time it's Liam Morton gets behind McHugh, but not a huge amount of support, but he's using his strength to get by, and it's a goal for Leitrim Gaels, and he got in there very softly indeed. Kevy Ford got his hand to it, but it's gone over the line, and a poor goal to concede there, but it's a goal for Leitrim Gaels, just what they needed. And there's a bit of off. See, one player gone down there, but I think he just fell, I'm not sure. Joe, a poor goal to concede.
Oh, very poor goal. Really, no one to blame on ourselves. We had everything under control there. He got by Feely, and look, as I said there, it's a goal. It's a bad goal to concede.
So 1-8 to 1-5. So the next score is going to be a huge score in this game. If Drumkeeran get it, it'll extend their lead to at least 4 points. But if Leitrim Gaels get it, then they're back in the game big time. Definitely the best team since half time. But poor ball there taken. I think it was Jerome Tucker, but it's Conor Guckin wins the free. Colin Morton wins the free. James McCaffrey calls him back, tells him take it from there. And suddenly, I'm sure Leitrim Gaels, their confidence is bound to be boosted at this stage, and they're not going to get an equalising score playing like that, free from the centre of the field, and they're in trouble in their own back line, all because of that free. You just wonder at some players why they do that. Sean Chandler, they get away with it, and they're back on the attack again. David Brune, high ball in, and it's gone over the line. Yes, it's a wide, another wide for Leitrim Gaels. So Joe, next score of the game is going to be a huge score.
Next score of the game is definitely going to be a huge score. If we get it, well, that's puts us daylight. But if Leitrim Gael gets it, they're getting on top again now in the middle of the field, and see number 17 here warming up, looking to come in for Leitrim Gaels.
Number 17 is Michael McManus. Yes, he's not alone warming up, he's going in. So the second substitute since half time for Leitrim Gaels, Michael McManus is in. We're just waiting to see who's coming off. Yeah, it's Enda Morton who's coming off. Seems to be a little surprised himself. So, poor kick out, comes to Leitrim Gaels again. It's David Brune, soloing through. He has help there in the right corner forward position, but a good block there from Jason Byrne. James Gallagher gets it back to Jason Byrne. To Jerome Maguire. Jerome beats his man, beats the second man. Colin Clark cutting through the middle. Chance now for Colin to put it over the bar. Instead he sends it into Declan Daly. Declan Daly's pass does not find Macaulay, and Drumkeeran give away the free. Another free out for Leitrim Gaels. So the ball comes down here in front of us, and it's Ewan Tracy, and he sends it out to Aidan Flynn. Aidan Flynn is fouled. I think it's James Gallagher. soft enough free, but Ray McBride sees it as a free. James is asking the referee and suggested to him that he ran into him, but they're not going to change the referee's mind, and a chance for Leitrim Gaels to cut the deficit to 2 points. Ewan Tracy will take it. Tracy has scored 3 points already so far, all from frees, so this one definitely suits the right-footed player, right-footed kicker. Little bit of pressure on him now, his team behind, but no pressure there. Ewan Tracy brings it back to 2 points. A good score there for, and Leitrim Gaels back in the game. Another change for Drumkeeran, Joe. James Gallagher is in, and Jerome Maguire is coming off. So we'll call him James Gallagher Creevalet, because we have another James Gallagher, which we call James Gallagher of Corrie. It still could take another day to separate these sides, as it did last year in the quarter-final. So Kevy Ford with the kick out for Drumkeeran. Aims it at Aidan Dolan, and well taken by Aidan Dolan. Claims the mark and gets it, and Glenn Kavanagh. Glenn Kavanagh, will it get to Jason Byrne? He did very well there. It wasn't the best of passes, and David Brune thought he might have got it, but he didn't. Jason did very well, wins the free, and a chance for Eddie McTiernan to put us back into a 3-point lead. 1-8 to 1-6. Drumkeeran leading. 11 and a half minutes gone in the second half. So the last 2 scores have come to Leitrim Gaels, a goal and a point. Here comes Eddie McTiernan. It's dropping short, and it's caught in his own full back line there by Colin Morton. Lose possession here, but they look like they'll win it back, which they do. And a good ball out to the centre. Aaron McLaughlin got it out there. It's a good move. Aidan Flynn on back into Conor Guckin. He's cutting through the Drumkeeran defence. Is he taken out of it? He's going to get his point, and he does. And it's Conor Guckin. Just for a split second there, it looked like a goal might come off it, but it didn't. And another score for Leitrim Gaels, and suddenly just a point between the teams, 1-8 to 1-7, and Conor Guckin got through very easy there.
Cut through the middle of the fence very, very easy. What was a 6-point lead? We're down now to a 1-point lead, and as I said here, Seamus, we seem to be coaching in one stage, but a goal has made a huge difference.
Yeah, the goal has made a huge difference. A good kick out by Kevy this time into the centre of the field, but Drumkeeran failed to win it again, and here comes Aaron McLaughlin. Aaron McLaughlin comes to in round the goals. Leitrim Gaels player has it. It's Aidan Flynn, and he's looking for the free in, and he wins the free in, and suddenly Leitrim Gaels with their tails up at this stage. This should level it, and as Joe said, from a 6-point lead, teams could be level in about a minute's time. It's Ewan Tracy. I don't think he has missed one yet, and it's a little bit to the right of the goals, a little bit awkward for the right-footed player, but not for the player of the calibre of Ewan Tracy. He kicks it over the bar, and suddenly, after almost 44 minutes of the game, teams are level. 1-3 scored by Leitrim Gaels in the last few minutes. Nothing for Drumkeeran, and it's 1-8 apiece. Joe, suddenly huge change in the game. Drumkeeran need to get a score.
Definitely so, Seamus. I need to get it quick, but it's Leitrim Gaels seems to have all the momentum going now, and they're completely on top.
And this number 20 seemed to touch the ball on the ground, I thought, but it's there to win by both teams. Drumkeeran win it. It's Jason Byrne, not for the first time today, and he wins the free. And good play for Drumkeeran there, because it looked like Leitrim Gaels would have won that possession. And it's James Gallagher, Creevalet, a good ball in towards Cathal McCauley, but it runs away from Cathal. Indeed, Colin Morton did well there to put him off. Comes to Aidan Flynn. Aidan Flynn into Conor Guckin. Conor Guckin going through again. Conor Guckin with the shot, and it's over the bar, and it's the lead for Leitrim Gaels. And suddenly, Leitrim Gaels completely on top. They've got back in the lead. You have to say a fabulous comeback since half-time, or since that 6-point deficit. And suddenly, Joe, Drumkeeran look in trouble.
Definitely looking big trouble, Seamus, after playing so well for the first 10 minutes of the second half or so. They're for last Leitrim Gaels are completely on top all over the field. We'll have to do something soon.
Conor Guckin having a huge influence in this game. Aidan Dolan a good catch there. So Tommy Rogan into Colin Clark. Leitrim player gone to ground, but Drumkeeran still in possession. Glenn Kavanagh. Cathal McCauley is surrounded by 3 or 4 Leitrim Gaels players. Colin Clark is going to have an attempt at a score. It's high. It's still a danger. No, it's gone too far. It's gone wide. First wide I've recorded of the second half for Drumkeeran. Leitrim Gaels won wide as well, but on the scoreline, which is the important factor, it's 1-9 to Leitrim Gaels, 1-8 to Drumkeeran, and we're just over halfway through the second half. Entering the fourth quarter, I should say. Great crowd here in Ballinamore today for both games. So remember, Auchnahealan already in the final. And Jason Byrne playing a great game today for Drumkeeran, cutting through the Drumkeeran or the Leitrim Gaels defence. James Gallagher, Eddie McTiernan, Aidan Dolan, back to Eddie McTiernan. Colin Clark loses it but gets it back to Jason Byrne. Jason to Aidan Dolan. Pressure now from Drumkeeran. Colin McCauley has Glenn Kavanagh with him, but he opted to go himself. Drumkeeran still in possession. Comes to Colin Clark. Is it Colin? No. Yeah, it was Colin Clark, and it comes to the other number 7 now, Sean Chandler. It didn't go wide. It was gathered by Brendan Flynn in the Leitrim Gaels goals. Michael McManus not long on the field, and it comes back to Conor Guckin again. Conor Guckin, a very strong player, scored a couple of points, and that effort is not a good effort, but yes, gathered well up there by Failey McHugh. Tommy Rogan, Drumkeeran, Cathal McCauley. Drumkeeran need to get a score, get back in this game. Seamus McNamara, Aidan Dolan, Cathal McCauley. Out to James Gallagher on the far wing. Back to Aidan Dolan. Cathal McCauley. High ball in, but it falls for Leitrim Gaels. The win the free. It's taken quickly. And here they come again. Number 5, Brian McElgunn. Out to Ewan Tracy. Still Leitrim Gaels, and to win the free, Seamus McNamara pulled back the player there. I think it was David Brune, and a chance for Leitrim Gaels is probably not scoreable, maybe a bit just too far out. It's on the 45 to the right of the goals, but Ewan Tracy is a confident player, confident free taker, and he may go for it, Joe.
Look like he is going to go for it, yeah, and he's on form today, and look, I wouldn't be surprised if he would put it over and to put 2 points between the teams.
Here he comes. It's fallen short, but it's got Leitrim player, Gaels player gets his punch to it, but no power to it. It comes to Kevy Ford. Kevy gathers, and eventually it comes to Jason Byrne. Seamus McNamara out to Failey McHugh. James Gallagher looking for it. James Gallagher gets it. That's James Gallagher from Corrie. Probably not as influential as he was in the first half. Comes to Eddie McTiernan. And great tackling by the Leitrim Gaels defence. Comes to Colin Clark. Colin trying to get into a position to get us a shot for a point, but it falls eventually to Cathal McCauley. Dangerous ball in round the goals, and Brendan Flynn just gets his hand to it there. A very dangerous ball in, but Leitrim Gaels survive there. Comes to Ewan Tracy. James Flynn. Back to Chandler. Good player, this wing half back. Liam Martin. Running at the Drumkeeran defence. He has a shot for a score, and it looks good, and the umpire agrees. And another point for Leitrim Gaels, and that's 6 scores in a row. I think it's 1-5 without reply, and more trouble for Drumkeeran. It's now 1-10 to 1-8 in favour of Leitrim Gaels, and Joe, even any score at this stage is needed by Drumkeeran.
Oh, definitely, because we haven't scored for the last 10-12 minutes, maybe more. And look at us, we're in big trouble. Leitrim Gaels is completely over.
So here comes Leitrim Gaels again. A high ball in. It falls to Liam Martin. He wins possession very well, and it's gone wide. Leitrim Gaels supporters thought for a minute that it was going over the bar, but it went to the right of the post. So 1-10 to Leitrim Gaels, 1-8 to Drumkeeran. Just under 10 minutes left, plus injury time, which there is a player down injured at the moment, Kevy Ford, in possession of the ball. So Colm Clark has gone in. We need scores at this stage. Colm's gone into the full forward line anyhow. They'll have the players now drinking water. Tough game out there. Willie Donlan taking photographs. Not for the first time, or not for the last. So a huge 10 minutes in store here. Remember last year these teams finished level. Drumkeeran winning the replay by, I think it was a point or two. It was very close anyhow. So here comes Glenn Kavanagh. Drumkeeran have to get a score. They've gone a long time, 14-15 minutes without a score. Aidan Dolan is cutting through. Comes to Colm Clark. Colm within a shot for a score, but it falls short into the arms of Brendan Flynn, and Brendan Flynn will take them all day. David Brune. Leitrim Gaels playing with much more confidence now, but they lose possession there. And it's the big number 8 that we praised not long ago, but a chance for Dara Flynn goes to the left of the post and wide. Another wide for Drumkeeran. So 22 minutes gone in the second half. Drumkeeran's last score was in the third minute. We have 23 gone, so that's all 22 gone. 19 minutes gone without a score. So Kieran White is going to be thrown into the fray here for the last 8 or 9 minutes. So we just have to wait and see who's coming off. And it's Seamus McNamara who comes to the sideline. So Drumkeeran hoping that Kieran White can pull this game out of the fire for them. Still only 2 points between the teams. It's not a huge deficit, but yes, when you haven't scored for 20 minutes, then it looks that bit worse. Yeah, Leitrim Gaels lucky to get away there with a foul on the Drumkeeran player. But it's Conor Gucking. A high ball down to the right corner forward position. It's gamed really at nobody. It's gone out over the sideline. And a line ball for Drumkeeran. Eventually comes to Tommy Rogan. Drumkeeran involved in very close games, especially last year, but they've lost possession. Michael McManus to Ewan Tracy. Paul Gucking. Tracy again. Tracy goes for the score. It's gone to the left and wide. Another wide for Leitrim Gaels. Again, their supporters thought it sailing over the bar. But at this stage, a wide is nearly as good as a score with 6 minutes left in the game. Still, Leitrim Gaels holding that 2-point lead. Kevy Ford plays the short kick out to Glenn Kavanagh. Glenn Kavanagh tries to beat his man. He's fouled. Number 25, Liam Martin, fouls him. So a free kick for Drumkeeran. Kieran White just onto the field, first possession of the ball, runs at the Leitrim Gaels defence. think he should have had a free there, but the referee says play on. It's young James Gallagher from Creevalee. And good interception there by Leitrim Gaels, but well done to Cathal McCauley. He was about to win possession back, but he did win the free. So Glenn Kavanagh takes it. Cathal McCauley. The run. Aidan Dolan makes the run. James Gallagher back to Cathal McCauley. Cathal goes for the point and he seems to get it. Yes, he does. He gets it. And at last, a score for Drumkeeran. Cathal McCauley. 5 minutes exactly left in the game. A big score for Drumkeeran there and badly needed.
Very badly needed for after a while. Many minutes, 20 minutes for outscoring. Look, 22 minutes. Look, it's still only a point game. We're still there for us to win it if we want it. Bernie Flynn's going to kick out the ball now. This kick out is going to be vital.
Not the greatest kick out in the world, but it comes to his teammate Sean Chandler. But he, number 5, loses possession there for Leitrim Gaels. That could be a big moment in the game. Comes to James Gallagher. Tackled by big number 11 there, but James Gallagher still has it. There's 2 players getting to know each other there a bit better, but the ball, James Gallagher took the shot, hit the post. Young James Gallagher from Creevalee. I think it was Jason Byrne and David Brune. The ball comes back to Colin Clark. Leitrim Gaels lost possession on the way out there. This game could go anywhere at the minute, and don't rule out a draw as it was last year. Colin Clark out to Kieran White. Kieran White to Colin McCauley. This should be a point, and it is a point, and suddenly the teams are level. 2 points from Colin McCauley in his less than the 2 minutes, and Joe, suddenly the last 2 scores have come to Drumkeeran, and now it looks like we could win the game.
Yes, indeed, Seamus. 2 great scores there. 2 great point there from Cathal, but there was an incident down in under us here, and I'd like to see it again. It's out in the middle of the field again, the ball.
Conor Ducking, a great catch in the centre of the field. Ray McBride tells him to bring the ball 10 yards. He's probably stopped from taking a quick free, so it's taken eventually, and it comes to Aidan Flynn. Aidan Flynn against Dara Flynn. 2 Flynns. And a great point by Aidan Flynn. He punched the ball over the bar. Very good work by him, and a good response from Leitrim Gaels. A good score, but it could have been avoided, Joe.
Oh, definitely a very, very slack marking there. Our defence is gone to sleep on the last while. Ball's out through the wing to Aidan Dolan here again now. We need him for the score soon.
So, from the kick, Glenn Kavanagh on the ball. Glenn Kavanagh, high ball in round the goals. Comes to Jamie Langan. Jamie Langan. Oh, Jamie Langan kicks it wide. Ideal for the left footer, but it just didn't go over the bar. It looked good when he kicked the ball, but sailed to the right of the post, and still a point between the teams. And I definitely wouldn't rule out a replay on this game here. And Leitrim Gaels are running down the clock here. They're bringing on another sub, and it's Ryan Goldrick, probably a son of Bernie's. No, I'm being told no. That's all right. Not sure who went off there, but kick out for Brendan Flynn, regardless of who went off. And it's Aidan Flynn again, and it's Sean Chandler. He's cutting through the Leitrim Gaels or the Drumkeeran defence. Dara Flynn is trying to tackle him, and he kicks it over the bar, and a great breakaway point there for Leitrim Gaels. A good run and a good score, and suddenly we're 2 points down. It looks like we might need a goal, Joe.
I think we need a goal. There's only 2 minutes left, 2 plus left. I know what's happened here now. Yellow card for.
So it's 112 to 110. Is there a last gasp goal? Now there will be a bit of injury time. Still plenty of time to get 2 points. And Glenn Kavanagh loses the ball, but he gets it back. Leitrim Gaels players claim he picked it off the ground. Ray McBride disagrees. Eddie McTiernan, a dangerous ball in round the goals. And what we thought, or I thought, was a dangerous ball, didn't end up as a dangerous ball. It's another wide. I think that's 10 wides, maybe 11 for Drumkeeran, 6 for Leitrim Gaels. And these wides could come back to haunt us as yet, but at the moment, it's Leitrim Gaels in the driving seat. The lead on a scoreline of 112 to 110. And it's not good when you see James McCaffrey going out to see what injury time is left. It's not good for Drumkeeran, that's what I mean. 3 minutes of injury time, and we have half a minute of normal time, so 3.5 minutes at least left in the game, and Ray McBride sees a foul by a Drumkeeran player and is taken quickly, and I know they're ahead and all that, but they've taken it quickly. It comes to David Brune. David Brune wins the free. Maybe just as well that he gave the free. He didn't give the advantage. The advantage kick did go over the bar, but Ray McBride has called play back. And they're running down the clock here. It's Ewan Tracy will be taking it. So we're just gone into 3 minutes of injury time. And when I say 3 minutes, that's at least 3 minutes. A huge kick. He hasn't missed, I don't think, anything today, Ewan Tracy, and it's ideal for a right-footed. He kicked one like this earlier in the game. Little bit more pressure here now because a 3-point lead would be a great lead to have with a few minutes to go. And he makes no mistake. A lovely kicker of the ball, I have to say. And Joe, there's no point saying anything else, only that we need a goal.
We definitely do now. We need a goal. But you have to hand it Leitrim Gaels. We're 6 points down, and we were cruising. But fair play to them. They came back and dug deep. There's an incident down here under us now, and it's getting messy.
One of the Drumkeeran substitutes getting involved, but Ray McBride is having a word with Aidan Flynn. He's got, I think, a black card. He's definitely going off. It's a black card, and as Joe said, it's getting messy down there. Number 20 went down. Ray McBride is calling things back. So players beginning to lose the head down there. Number 20 has gone down, Mick McQueenie. Number 10 goes over and knocks the ball out of Kieran White's hand. No need for that either. And this is only aggravating other players. You know, the mentor should be there trying to take these players. Substitutes go onto the field, shouldn't be allowed. So all hell breaking loose here. And it's suiting, yes, Joe says, I was just going to say it's suiting Leitrim Gaels down to a T. It's wasting time. I know the referee will probably add the time on, but at the same time it's suiting Leitrim Gaels very much. Number 25 seems to be coming off here. Was he? I didn't see. Aidan Flynn got the black card. There's not. Well, he's still on the field to play, so probably pulling him back to play a defensive role and hold this lead of 3 points. There's only half a minute left but of course there will be a couple of minutes for that delay there, injuries and a bit of messing between both teams. So we need the goal. Is it going to come or not? So number 14 wins the ball, wins the free for Leitrim Gaels. Comes to David Brune from Ewan Tracy. Will they be able to hold possession in their own back line? It looks dangerous. Number 18, it comes to Leitrim Gaels again. Sean Chandler, who had a very good game. The Leitrim Gaels doing just what they need to do is hold possession, but they've held it for too long, and it's a free for Drumkeeran. Last chance saloon. We have 20 seconds over the allocated time, but of course there was a delay. He's brought the ball forward. Colin Clark has it free from Kieran White, and that's the ball at this stage. Is needed is in round the goals, but it comes to a Leitrim Gaels player, and it's all over. Game is over. Leitrim Gaels are through to the county final. They will play Aughnasheelin. A very disappointing second half by Drumkeeran after getting off to a fantastic start to it. They kicked 3 points in a row, went into a 6-point lead, but unfortunately they only scored 3 points from there on to the rest of the Gael. And Joe, you'd have to say, on the second half performance, Leitrim Gaels deserved their victory.
Oh, without a shadow of doubt, Seamus. After being in a commanding lead of 6 points in 3 minutes into the second half and now score for 22 minutes, no team deserves to win. We had a very bad patch, and I think it's back to the drawing board. Look, it's very disappointing for the lads to put in a huge effort. They But sure, look, that's it. On the day, Leitrim Gaels were the best team, and we'll have to give them credit for that and wish them luck in the final against Auckland. And with that, back to Seamus.
Thank you, Joe, for your an expert analysis today. We'll have a word with PJ here. He spoke to us at half time. PJ, as Joe said, a very disappointing second half from Drumkeeran. Best team won it in the end.
Yeah, best team won in the end. Drumkeeran, disappointing, got a 6-point lead. Weren't able to build on it. A soft enough goal by Leitrim Gaels changed the game in their favour, and then at the end Leitrim Gaels pressed on, and Drumkeeran did very well to come back and equalise with 2 points from Cathal Macaulay. But after that, Drumkeeran weren't able to answer what Leitrim Gaels threw at them, and Leitrim Gaels scored the 3 last points and go through to the semi-final. I suppose they're happy after being put out in a replay by a point last year, but hard luck to Drumkeeran. They certainly gave it a good shot, but perhaps not their best shot.
Thanks, PJ. That's it over. Thanks to John Flynn for the video. Thanks to for the support. There's great support from Drumkeeran. The boys give it everything, but just not good enough in the end. Just fell asleep. I think the goal from Leitrim Gaels 6 minutes into the second half, that lifted the Gaels, and it seemed to have the opposite effect on Drumkeeran. And from there on, there was only one team in it really, Drumkeeran or Leitrim Gaels. So it's all over here. It's a county final between Auckland and Leitrim Gaels. That'll take place in 2 weeks' time. And remember, the other senior semi-final is Mohill versus Glencar Manor. So that's it for today. Thanks to John Flynn, as I said, for the video. And unfortunately, that's it for this year for Drumkeeran.